Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Ruby's sister Bonnie posted a YouTube video yesterday calling out Kevin Franke and his role and responsibility for protecting his children, as well as Jody and what she thought about connections. Now, as you all know, it's been 2 weeks since Ruby and Jody were arrested. Ever since their arrest, Ruby's family has been very vocal on social media, with her 3 sisters posting a shared statement to Instagram one day after the arrest, Bonnie posting a now-deleted YouTube video, as well as Ruby's own daughter posting to her Instagram stories. Everyone assumed the reason Bonnie deleted this video is because she's getting a ton of backlash. And even though Bonnie turned the comments off on her Instagram statement post, that didn't stop people from commenting elsewhere. All over her Instagram, you'll see comments like this. It took one phone call from a neighbor to save your nieces and nephews. 1. It took you 3 years and all these stupid videos later of total and you did all you could. Why are you still on here? Please use this horrible tragedy to stop exploiting children. Maybe you should take a break from vlogging. Maybe don't go back to usual content. Take the time for your family. Also, research the impact of child abuse and cults because the children will definitely not be okay after this. I know your children's favorite toys, favorite school subject, favorite color. I know their favorite meal, their hobbies. I know it, and I'm a stranger. Stop vlogging with children. They have rights and privacy. I think you get the idea. At the end of the day, Ruby and Jody are responsible, as well as Kevin. I think that's something everyone can agree with Bonnie on, is that Kevin is their father, and he has a responsibility to make sure that his children are safe. Bonnie's latest video is titled, I am not my sister, I am not my sister's crimes. She starts off by saying she will only be speaking for herself and that the judge has asked them to not speak on certain things.
My family and I have gone through the last couple of weeks is the worst thing that has ever happened to us.
One of the reasons so many people were upset was because in their statement it said, for the last 3 years we've kept quiet on the subject of our sister for the sake of her children. So Bonnie says in her new video that what they kept quiet on for the past 3 years was the topic of Kevin, Ruby, Jody, and connections. She goes on to say that connections was weird to them and indoctrination, and that they didn't agree with how extreme they went with things. She says that Ruby and Kevin completely cut their family off, and it was only a year ago when they reconnected with Sherry that they slowly started to learn new details and what was going on.
Slowly, bits and pieces of more. And that's where the part of behind the scenes, we did everything that we could. We did everything legally that we could do.
We know that law enforcement has been to the Franke home more than 15 times in a span of 4 years, with DCFS being there 5 of those times. We've seen numerous articles where neighbors and even Ruby's daughter Sherry have contacted law enforcement in concern for the children. There was even a petition started from Ruby's own viewers to get CPS investigating this family. We see this time and time again where CPS takes children that don't need to be taken and then fails the families that actually need intervention.
One person that could have done something within his legal right was Kevin. We had 0 contact with him. It was Kevin's job to check in on things, and he did not.
Kevin Franke's lawyer did an interview with Law and Crime in which his lawyer admits that Kevin had no contact and hadn't seen his kids in the 13 months that he wasn't living in the Franke home. His lawyer says that Ruby told him it was better off that he not have any communication with his kids, and keeps insisting that Kevin had no knowledge of anything that was going on. But we've all seen the countless amount of videos where Ruby is doing all of this questionable parenting with Kevin right by her side. Bonnie said that there are tons of people coming out with ridiculous claims that she wasn't even going to comment on it. And now the only thing that I could think of, she must be talking about Carl Crusher. Now he is a YouTube creator that came out because he knows Ruby and her family because he and his wife used to live in Utah and they used to be a part of the Mormon church together. I can make a separate video going over this, but this says, Carl says in this quote that he doubts the sincerity of the claims from Ruby Franke's sister Bonnie and the family that they did as much as they could. Quote, I know that Bonnie herself was criticized heavily back in 2018, 2019 because she was constantly portraying her children with split lips and bloody noses. And he goes into a lot more detail about other things in his video. Bonnie goes on to say that Ruby and Kevin both cut their families completely off and that it was so bad that their mother had a heart attack. And although some people think that Ruby's sisters should take a break from social media, Bonnie said that she will continue to post. She also said she's mad at how this has hurt their entire family as well as her husband, because I guess for the past 4 years they've been working on a home rebuild or remodel, and that's what they want to post content about.
And watching it hurt my husband makes me mad. I stood by Joel's side, building our home, and it sounds incredibly selfish to, given all the facts, be thinking of our house. I have watched him put his heart and soul and every waking minute for the last couple of years on this project, and I will not allow Ruby and Kevin and Jody and Connections to take away one more thing.
Ruby's sister Julie also made her own video titled "My Side of the Story Concerning My Sister Ruby." Julie also talks about how they didn't agree with Connections and its teachings.
Connections was not a great resource, and we all saw it. We all felt weird about this Jody lady. We weren't comfortable with it. We didn't like it. We didn't like the teachings Ruby was bringing to the family functions, and we were this close to telling her, if you come to our family events anymore, we do not want to hear what you were learning through Connections because we don't like it.
Julie goes on to say that 3 years ago, her and Ruby were hanging out, and that 2 weeks later, crap hit the fan, and then Ruby just completely stopped talking to them. She said that Ruby did call their mom, and they got into an argument, and it was almost as if Ruby was making up memories from her childhood. Julie said she tried to reach out to Ruby, but she would not return her texts or her phone calls.
But Ruby's topic was not supposed to be part of that content, and it was none of your business. It was nothing that we needed to talk about, and I wasn't sure if her kids were maybe still watching these videos, and I didn't want to be not tactful and slander their mom and then have them watch those videos. That didn't sound like a nice thing to do either, and so that is another reason why we didn't talk about the subject of Ruby for the past few years on my channel.
Julie says she's going to continue to post content, but that her content might look a little differently moving forward. That's all I have for you for this video. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and if you could, please do me a favor and like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share.